Welcome to the Chino Show. Welcome to the Chino Show. Hoping that it'll generate for me some sort of little percussion jiggy that I can add like a kick and a snare to. So yeah, first things first, let's add some swingy swing. So it's like a typical MPC kind of swing. So when it's lower than 50%, I think it's the first note is shorter. So I guess at 100%, it's a full eighth note swing, but then everything less than that, you're gonna get different ratios. It's cool. You can play it with the Midi as well. All right, that's getting to a place where I like it. But I want to affect some of the groove and not do it in this sequencer format. So what I'm gonna do is get the Midi, and I believe I can just drag it into, it should have the same tempo info. So that's what it essentially generated for me. Now all of that MIDI stuff is just audio regions, which is gonna allow me to chop it up and affect them all differently. Sum them up and added some retro color. Using the slim thick kick. Instantly found good snares, good kicks. Feels like I need another hi-hat still doing like a more solid groove. That's very nice. Let's take some of the lows out of there. It's just too loud. Let's call this the drum sum. This is gonna be our drum room reverb slash like remiking scenario. Create the track so I could stick it in the folder, clean things up a little bit. Now let's send all the various parts to this little room thing. So for that, I'm gonna pull up the Soundsteady Studios. I like this one a lot for like remiking and just kind of like capturing like a fake room sound. So right now you got two mics on it. You got the close and the room. Now let's just hear the room. I like the one with the wide polar pattern. This is gonna fill out the stereo image more, kind of fill out the room a little bit more. And I might not even want the close mic. Ribbon is cool because it at least gets the figure 8 pattern. Yeah, I like the ribbon in there. The sound of the remiked room Sounds crazy. I love that shit. Now, I might remove some of the lows, the super lows out of this, just to, remove muddiness, and then I have it on the bus so I can just bring the whole thing down to taste. Now already, because the drum sounds that I've loaded in are so heavily processed, like this is sounding slapping, like it's already good. But if you wanted to push it a little bit, you could stick it through a tape thing. I like this Studer one. Real simple idea here. You drive it into the red and it starts to saturate and compress. I like that you can affect the high and low roll off though. So you can really shape the sound. Alright, so the guitar part is done and flattened and merged. The loop points are in a weird place because I was feeling the one in a different spot than I initially was. So I've decided that the one is going to be where the 3 used to be. So I'm just going to take everything and shift that over. It's already being recorded through my UAD console with like an Avalon vacuum tube. It's doing a little bit of compression, a little bit of EQ. So it's pretty nice already. I might just add a little bit of RC20 to it. Yeah, the wobble sounded good on that. I don't really want to add too much reverb if I do any at all. So if I want that reverb to get mangled by the RC20 as well, then all I have to do is make a track and then sum these together. And then put the RC20 on the sum. So now the RC20 is happening to the guitar and its bus simultaneously. And I can add other instruments to this same sum so they all get warbled the same way. You don't want to add, I've found that it can really mess shit up if you have RC20 on a bunch of different tracks all warbling at different rates. That'll just make things sound out of tune. Let's also sidechain the shit out of this to the kick. See what that sounds like. Most of the time when I'm doing sidechaining, I'll turn auto gain off so that it's not trying to make up all that extra gain. It's just in effect doing the attenuation. I think I want to hear a little bit more compression on the guitar. So let's just do classic 1176. Fast attack, slow release is a little bit more transparent. Sometimes it's nice to have the sidechain compression completely duck the signal, but more times I just have it duck the signal a little bit just for a little swell. So with this sound, I have the oscillator 1 basically set to a triangle wave with a lot of filtering, and then the sub bass mixed in there just a little bit. And the envelope generator has the filter just opening up a little bit very quickly at the beginning just to kind of give it a different attack. Just stick a little multi-band compressor, have it duck out the super lows every time the kick comes in. Sound Toys, I'm looking at you. Decapitated. Vitamin plugin is dope on bass. Kind of bring back some of the low end. We have the 1 minor or like 1 sus going to the 6 minor or 6 sus is borrowed from the parallel major. And then we have the flat 7 sus. And then this next chord it's like the 5 of the 4 but over its 3rd. And then the 4, 5 of the main key back to the 1. I want all that extra noise in the guitar part gone, so I'm just gonna... The noise reduction in guitar rig is unparalleled. It's basically like an intelligent noise gate. It just takes away all that extra noise. Oh, it's so much cleaner now. There's not all that extra noise in between. The drive knob on the Fender is the real sauce. The way this plugin barks is like so nice. It's the problem with a lot of VSTs for the Rhodes. They sound decent until you start hitting the velocity hard and then it sounds like shit. Alright, let's see if I can figure out another cool sound. What's even on here? That's kind of hard. Goodbye, Wall. You did your purpose. You served me well. So the Session Horns Pro muted trumpet is unparalleled. It's like the best. Yeah, the amount of labor required to record this kind of stuff is annoying. It gets hot. A little injection of some bebop. So I could have copied the MIDI over and then just done it down a fourth, and then I'd have greater control over the harmony because it doesn't always have to be fourths, as opposed to this parallel fourths thing happening. But the no choices I made generally make it okay to have the parallel fourths. And it's kind of just the vibe, the sound of the little alto boy. It imparts a sound as opposed to just having a harmony. Alright, so I built out the arrangement a little bit more. Added this tape delay on the trumpet. I'm automating the feedbacks so that in certain times there's more delay trails. Now I've bypassed most of the mastering plugins because I'm on the low latency mode. Alright, I got a bunch of latency now that I've engaged all the mastering plugins, so I'm just gonna talk quickly about what I did. So I got the mastering EQ affecting the mid and the side a little different, just to bring out a little bit more brilliance in the sides. Pultec EQ taming the super low end and bringing out a bit of air. Ozone 11 low end focus, just super subtle. Got a mastering compressor, the capital mastering compressor, doing just real transparent, just really light compression. And then you got the classic L3 multi-maximizer from Waze. You can download and stream this track if you sign up to be a patron at kingchino.com. Peace, y'all.